Hey everyone, it's Justin. Thank you for watching and welcome to Justin's House. In this video, I'm going to show you an app I made on ServiceNow for tracking Tokyo features. Now, that might not sound very exciting to you, but I've had this idea in my head since I started working on the San Diego release, and I was like, I've got to have a better way to manage things. If you've been watching my channel, I've talked about this before. I've even shown you a couple things. So in this video, will be part one. I'm going to show you how it works. In part two, I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you how I configured it. And hopefully you get an idea of how you can use ServiceNow to do some pretty cool things like this, or at least I think it's pretty cool. So first of all, my Tokyo features application is right up here. You can see the different menu items once I click on it again. I've got basically a couple of basic things to actually track. One is Servicenow Products. I'll show you that this comes right from the product page. The sitemap, which is just an import set. I tried deleting it from there, and I'll just worry about that later. The sitemap parts. So in ServiceNow's documentation site, there's a big master sitemap, and then there's a bunch of sitemap parts, about 31 of them. And then there's the actual release note pages, and then there's the features. And you know what? I'm realizing as I look at that, before I came in here to record, I reordered all that so that it made better sense. And so I'm going to hit refresh and make sure that shows up like it should, because I think the order is important for when I'm moving around between these and showing you how this application works. So essentially what I wanted to do was pull in all of the stuff that was Tokyo release notes and pull in the features, the changes, the deprecations, so that I could organize around them, track them, and then share back with you guys, with you all on YouTube, what all I thought was cool or important. So there we go. There's my new menu. Products, parts, pages, and features. And this will all make sense here in a second. So ServiceNow Products. This is actually really simple. If I just open a new tab here, we'll go to docs.servicenow.com. On that front page, you can see there is a list of products. So that's all that list is. I basically right-clicked, copied, right-click, paste, right-click, copy, right-click, paste to create a list of all the ServiceNow products and all the landing pages for each. That's just for reference, and you'll see why this is important here in a second. Second thing I did is I used some logic to go look at that master sitemap file, that global sitemap file, and retrieve all 31 of the sitemap parts. And that's what you're seeing here. So let's take a look at this one that was updated on 9/29 of 2026. Hint, hint, ServiceNow. Something's wrong with the sitemap generator. But you can see not a lot going on here. I'm tracking the location, the last time I crawled it, and the last time that we see it was updated when we're looking at the sitemap file. So that's something we can see in that master sitemap file. If I go to the actual sitemap, not very exciting, but you can start to see what Justin's doing here. So we'll take a look at right here in the middle of the screen. I'm just going to highlight a couple of things going on there. So follow me here. I've got a URL to Paris Security Management Page Product Trusted Circles Concept Domain Set for tsc.html. I've got a date, which is the last updated date. I've got the frequency that it's updated and the priority that's in that sitemap file. So this is just basic sitemap management. Let's go ahead and download that so we can take a look at what that looks like in a nice editor like Notepad++. So I'll pull that over and we should be able to see that here if I did that right. Yep, there's Notepad++, and there's sitemap number 29.xml. So you can see there's a lot going on here, and it's XML. I should be able to do something with this in ServiceNow, right? So this is what I'm doing, and I'm importing, right? So watch that second video to see what I do with that, so why that's important. Once I have those sitemap parts, then I can go and pull in the different pages. And I've got some XML stuff going on to only pull in the Tokyo release note pages. So you can see I've got 190 pages, flow designer, core platform, incident management, oh my gosh, all this stuff. Now what I did special is I said I want to know a priority for me. What is Justin interested in? What do I want to share with you all? What is important for me in my job so that I know and understand so I can tell people how ServiceNow works. And then I went ahead after the thought, after I did all that, and added the ServiceNow product. It wasn't a big deal. I just had to go through 190 of these and associate a project. And as you see, I'll open up Flow Designer release notes, and you can see I've got the page name, which I used a flow to kind of pull the page name out of this right here. In a future version, I'll probably incorporate that, the big one. I've got the location, which is the file one, so I can always highlight this, right-click, and go to that document real quickly. There's the change frequency. There's the last time ServiceNow updated it. There's their priority for when it gets updated. That's the last time I reviewed it. Hint, hint, that was 9/23. So you can see I was working on this over the weekend, kind of getting all this documented. And I associated ServiceNow product hyperautomation and low code. We can see that this is from the Now platform engine, which is associated with ServiceNow's product hyperautomation and low code. And you can find out those details once you kind of poke around in the doc site. My review priority is just Justin. That's just me, put a number on there. And then I've got the features that I tracked for it, right? So this is the part down here that I wanted to automate, but end up doing it manually. And it took a couple hours. I went through every page and I copied and I pasted the different features into a feature record that you can see here. So I've got a feature name, I've got the description, I've got the reference of where it came from. I can flag it for myself as a video candidate or not. When's the last time I reviewed it? My link on YouTube, LinkedIn, WordPress. All really important for me to stay organized around this stuff, okay? So that's that piece there. Let me show you one other thing on this side. I'm going to group this by priority, and you can see when I do this that there's a lot of stuff in 100, about 35 different pages, and then it kind of varies, and then I got this 999. So 999 was all the stuff that was like landing pages, upgrade guides, checklists, stuff that I really don't need to show you. It's just on how to administer the platform, and then other stuff, maybe stuff that I just really wasn't interested in, like instance data replication. I'm not really going to try to demo that on YouTube. And further, you know, stuff like here you got encryption, key management. Here's some upgrade tools and authentication, right? So the really important stuff that I want to get to first is priority number 100. Now I'll leave you with one last thing. I'm going to go to the features table, right? And you're going to see at the very bottom, there's 624 features or changes or deprecation groups. I kind of grouped them together that I pulled from the release notes documentation. And so what I can do is I can do something fun, and I can come in here and group by ServiceNow product and see and get a vision of, okay, this is how things kind of landed with this particular update. So I can see, hey, there's a lot of stuff that happened in employee service management, a lot of stuff in hyperautomation and low code, maybe not so much stuff in field service management or the Now platform user interface. There was a lot of that in the last release. And I could do something like, you know, create a bar chart or a pie chart or something like that from that information. So this is how I'm going to track what I'm going to record and what I want to show everybody that's important to me and that I think are interesting and neat features in ServiceNow's Tokyo release. I'm going to have a second part of this video where I show you behind the scenes. There's some flow designer stuff, there's some custom actions that are going on, and some import sets, some scheduled jobs, all kinds of goodies that are really just using the platform. And I think, based on going through all the release notes over this past weekend, I'm actually going to be able to enhance my application by using some of the new features that I saw or adding some of the things that I don't have in my app, so that when we get around to Utah and the next version, this app is going to get better and better. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share it with somebody who you think might be interested in perusing the sitemap and release note pages on the ServiceNow documentation site and creating an app out of it so they can record YouTube videos. And until next time, don't forget to always be learning.